Welcome to everybody who's signing into our sports awards. We're going to start in just a few moments as people keep coming in, but just wanted to let you see all your coaches' faces and say hello. So, hi everybody. We're happy to be here today. All right, team, we're going to go ahead and get started with our service. This will look as much like athletic awards as we can make it look in the chapel, which is a very short service to begin. Words from Coach McCrary, and then our celebration of spring senior athletes. So the Lord be with you and also with you. I was glad when they said to me, let us go to the house of the Lord. Lord, open our lips and our mouth shall proclaim your praise. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and will be forever. Amen. Alleluia.
Good afternoon, everybody. A reading from 1 Corinthians. Do you not know that in a race the runners all compete, but only one receives the prize? Run in such a way that you may win it. Athletes exercise self-control in all things. They do it to receive a perishable garland, but we have an imperishable one. So I do not run aimlessly, nor do I box as though beating the air, but I do punish my body and discipline it, so that after proclaiming to others, I myself should not be disqualified. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God. Thank you, Dr. Stevenson, for that reading from Paul to the Hebrew, 1 Corinthians. Team, the wonderful thing about sports is they teach us discipline in all different facets. It's about enduring hardships and about exercising, as well as exercising mental discipline. And we all know this. We all know this whether we're coaches or athletic staff or athletes of any kind. And today is about celebrating the hard work of athletes and teams and coaches in spring sports at St. Andrews. And this reading today is asking us to think about not only what are we doing when we play sports, but what story are our actions telling? What's the story, team, of our efforts as athletes and as a team? Whether you played a spring team sport or a winter sport or a fall sport or compete independently outside of St. Andrews, seniors, through your athletic endeavors this year, the stories that we tell and create remind us that sports help us to understand that stories are not just told by the works of our minds or of our hearts or of our souls, but stories, good stories about heart and faith and effort are told by the works that come from the thing that contains and holds our hearts and minds and souls, our bodies, our efforts as athletes. Don't just take my word as your chaplain, but also take my word as the head coach of golf. Ask any golfer and we will tell you that it takes heart and mind to play and to compete. And it's not just golf, but any sport. To swing or shoot or run, as Paul says, to run in such a way that we are not only heading towards a prize, but that we might win it. On this team, we are telling a story of mind and heart and soul and body, of running towards a prize that is brought to us through the discipline of our mind and heart and body, to join in the joy of the prize that is teamwork, that is team effort. And that is a story that never grows old, which is wonderful because this life is short and we do not have much time to gladden the hearts of those who journey with us. So be quick to love and make haste to be kind. Amen. Now I'd like to turn it back over to Dr. Stevenson to share a few words of congratulations.
Congratulations, team. Gosh, congratulations on making it to the finish line this season for the year, and seniors especially for making it to the big finish line of high school and that diploma and that graduation ceremony that's so close. This has been a really strange spring season, and I really appreciate your resilience and your adaptability. You know, I am a little sad. I had hoped to be able to come out and watch you just a few more times, but that was not meant to be. But I'm really happy to be with you here today. So again, congratulations, and I'd like to turn things over now to our athletic director, Coach McCrary.
Thank you, Dr. Stevenson, and good afternoon, everyone. We would like to welcome you all to this 2020 Spring Sports Awards. We hope that everyone is doing well. Although this season did not conclude in the way that anyone would have ever imagined, we still want to take this opportunity to celebrate our athletes, coaches, and teams. Needless to say, our thoughts and hearts have been with all of our spring athletes, coaches, and fans. We have many special elements throughout this ceremony, and so I hope you will stay with us through the end. As always, I want to start off with some thank yous. Thank you to Mr. Murphy and Dr. Stevenson for their support of the athletic program. In particular, as this is his last sports awards, we want to thank Dr. Stevenson for all of his service and his time at St. Andrews. I also want to thank our two wonderful associate ADs, Josh Blumenthal and Kristen Benjamin, our athletic training staff, Abby Elliott and Kayla Cortez, our strength and conditioning staff, Coach Stewart and Coach Schassler, all of our wonderful many parent volunteers, particularly in the concession stand, but in all the myriad of ways that you all help us. Certainly our coaches for all the time they invest in our athletes and shaping them in the many great ways they do. Our maintenance staff for the many ways they also contribute to our program and help us run the operation that we can. I certainly want to thank Octaviana Ortiz, our wonderful ground maintenance coordinator. He is phenomenal and once again was doing a great job this spring. And finally, I especially want to thank Mother/Coach Whitney Kirby and Zach Fremder in our IT department for all of their help in managing and running this program. Given that we were just over a month into the season when it was canceled, and in several cases our teams had not started SPC contests, we as a department made the decision not to give out our traditional team awards. We will still make some remarks about each of our sports and end with a few other items. The spring season was off to a great start, and many teams were primed to compete in a major way at their respective tournament or meet at the SPC. Our baseball team was sitting at a record of 7-4-1 when play came to an end. As noted in some of my previous communication, one of the highlights this year for me and a lasting memory was Thomas Ostrom's walk-off grand slam to defeat Pflugerville Connolly on Diamond Day. With a strong initial showing, it appeared as though the team was going to be one of the top teams in the SPC this year. Our boys lacrosse team was 5-2 overall and 2-0 in SPC play. The team was poised to compete for the SPC title, and that would have been extra special as the tournament was going to be held at St. Andrews this year. Our girls lacrosse team had made continual improvement over the course of the season, and it was clear that they were going to be playing their best lacrosse moving forward. They will lose some key players to graduation, but a very young and talented nucleus will be able to build off of. In golf, they had many competitive tournaments early in the year. The vast majority of the team will return, and combined with some key additions next year, they also look poised for some really good things to come. In softball, under our first-year head coach, Jody Philpott, as well as first-year assistant coaches Kate Jones and Veronica Garcia, the growth in the numbers and interest in the sport was amazing. They had several nice victories to start the year, including a 14-3 win over Hill Country Christian in what ended up being their last game of the season. In tennis, with new head coach Lainey Hansen, the boys team won their first SPC match of the year over Audi 5-0. They were shaping up to have an amazing season as well, and one in which we would likely have been in the hunt for the SPC title. And finally, in track, we hosted another very successful St. Andrews relays. The varsity girls team tied for second in that meet that had several larger public schools attend. Lots of different athletes on both the boys and girls side were ranked in the top 8 of their events in SPC. Again, our spring teams were off to some very impressive starts, and for so many reasons, I am sad that we did not get to see the conclusion of this spring season. However, that does not lessen the accomplishments of our athletes and coaches. At this time, I would like to quote unquote virtually call up all of our seniors from the spring season. Obviously, this is not the norm, but normally this would when our seniors would come to the front of the chapel and we would recognize them. But before getting into the remarks about this group of seniors, for those that did not get to see it, the SPC ADs and coaches all joined together on Saturday, May 2nd, which would have been the date of the SPC championships, with a goal of collectively running, walking, hiking, and biking 2,020 miles in honor of the senior athletes at all of our SPC schools. As a conference, we logged nearly 5,400 miles. At St. Andrews, our coaches completed 270 miles, which was well over double our original school goal of 119 miles. It was a special day and one that we were proud of, both our school and the conference. This season, we had 36 senior athletes. With such a big number, their impact on our athletic program cannot be measured. In both talent and leadership, this group of student athletes had it. Many of them were incredibly dedicated to the strength and conditioning program, and their hard work had clearly paid off. 23 of our seniors will graduate with athletic distinction, and 9 of that group competed in 10 or more seasons. Those 9 students will have their names displayed on a plaque by the athletic administration offices to honor their dedication to the program. 5 of our seniors participated in athletics in all 12 seasons of their high school career. At this time, I would like to individually recognize those 5 students as we present an award to each of them for their incredible contributions to our athletic program. They will ultimately get these awards later, hopefully at graduation. These individuals that competed in all 12 seasons of athletics are Max Burby, Lily Hirsch, Sydney Marsh, Georgia Northway, and Patrick Wilson. Congratulations and thank you. As we continue to honor our seniors, the following gives our staff and me, let's see, I need to get out of that. As we continue to honor our seniors, the following gives our staff and me the greatest pleasure of all. When we were brainstorming various ways to recognize this great group of student athletes, while also knowing that the season came to an abrupt end, this is one measure we all agreed embodied what we are about at St. Andrews. Because of the commitment of this group of student athletes, and because we also cannot fill many of the lost memories, we wanted to be able to do something special for this terrific group of young people. As many of you all know, our most cherished prize in each season is the Sterling Wilson Award. This award is named in the honor of Sterling Wilson, father of Grant and Trent, who were graduates in the class of 2009. It is given to that athlete that best exemplifies the qualities of Sterling, who is passionate, fiery, and committed, both as an athlete and also as a fan and supporter of the program. It is with my sincere appreciation and excitement that I announce that all 36 of our spring senior student athletes will be recognized with this incredibly special award. At this time, I will turn it over to our head coach at each spring sport so that they can read a statement about each of their respective senior athletes. Please bear with us. Although we have practiced this, I hope that this all works technologically. Up first, we will introduce our baseball coaches, our baseball players rather, and head coach Steven Garcia.
Thank you, Jeff. Our first senior, Jan Paul Simard. I love how Jan Paul is unapologetically himself. It was especially fun to see his development as a pitcher, logging some impressive innings for the JV team after having never pitched in his life. Good luck with the next chapter in your life, JP. Next is Amarion Hall. Amarion came ready to work every day and was a great team guy. He is the type of guy who showed up early and stayed late to get extra work in. I can't wait to see what he accomplishes in life because with his infectious personality and great work ethic, he obviously has a very bright future. Next up, Carson Kroll. An even-keeled guy, Carson is one of the better pure hitters to ever come through the program. He was the guy you wanted at the plate with the game on the line. In our shortened season, Carson posted the 5th highest batting average among all private school players in Texas. We will undoubtedly miss his presence on our team. Clay McComb. Clay has shown tremendous growth over his 4 years in the baseball program. He is the epitome of a team guy, always willing to do whatever it takes to help the team. A tough out and a versatile defender, Clay will be very tough to replace. True McAvoy. A true competitor, it was always fun to watch McAvoy play the game. He never backed down from any challenge and played the game with a lot of fire. That competitive spirit is contagious, and it will be tough to replace the spot he's had in our rotation the past few years. Thomas Ostrom. Thomas is a fantastic young man and one of the most improved players over 4 years that I've ever coached. His development has been special to witness in our shortened season. Thomas was among the RBI leaders among private school players in the state of Texas and was on pace to put up some big numbers this year. The walk-off grand slam will live in St. Andrews baseball lore forever. Michael Ross. Given Michael's academic prowess, it's not a surprise that he had one of the best baseball IQs on the team. He's a great guy in the clubhouse, and I love how he was able to use his gift of speed to impact 2 varsity sports teams in the same season. The team will certainly miss our track star, and I also have to find someone new to help me with the sound system in the future. Lastly, Chase Samuels. Few players that I've coached have been as dedicated to their craft as Chase. He's a great leader and showed his dedication to the program by always going the extra mile. I was especially proud of his work in the weight room and his commitment to improving his strength, which paid huge dividends for him as he rounded out his high school baseball career. A solid fixture behind the plate, Chase will arguably be the toughest player on our team to replace. I definitely look forward to following his accomplishments at the next level. Next up, I'd like to introduce Coach Josh Blumenthal to introduce the boys lacrosse seniors.
Thank you. Before we start, we have our team water boy would like to say a quick message to the seniors. What do you want to say, Ethan?
Congratulations, Highlanders.
Starting with our lacrosse seniors, who were the seniors that I came in with 4 years ago, and we're certainly a special group. Start off with Raleigh Casey. Raleigh is a great young man with a tough as nails attitude. He came back from a 1-year hiatus overseas and did so in a big way this year between the pipes for us. His ability to literally smile in the face of adversity is a spectacle, and I wish you continued success in all you continue to encounter at UNC. Next up, Jack Cowan. Seeing Jack grow literally into the tough and hard-nosed defensive man has been a true pleasure. He is such a lead by example type of person that even after practice, he started his own running club that went from just him to almost the entire team. You have been a true believer in the system, and in turn, we have been an even bigger believer in you. All the best as you move on to St. Lawrence next year. Jack Krause. Jack did something that was not easy, and that is coming to join us during just his senior season. While he certainly seemed to enjoy himself, it was a lacrosse team who wound up winning in that deal. Playing through adversity, a little pain, and even a little bit of shaking off the rust, Jack has gone on to become a solid part of our defense, and we wish you the best of luck next year over in Furman University. Ethan Hanna. Having first met Ethan my first week on the job 4 years ago, I never imagined that we would form such a wonderful bond, and beyond blessed that we did. His work ethic and potential was not only realized, but shattered by his extreme amount of hard work. I look forward to watching you compete for the next 4 years of lacrosse at Center College and gear up for what will be a great NCAA career. Cole Moorhead. In 4 years between the pipes, including 1 year as the only goalie, I've never heard Cole complain about being injured, being tired, being hurt. He's always a next up type guy, and it was truly a spectacle and a wonderful privilege to be able to coach him. His ability to stay focused with some dry humor sprinkled in has made coaching him a truly amazing experience, and we wish him all the best over in Elon University next year. Sam Zapalak. I have always and will always continue to be in awe of Sam and his work ethic. His intensity, his quiet ability to get the job done is truly astounding. His impressive work on the field is only matched by that of it off the field, and I cannot wait to see what the world has in store for him and what he has in store for the world. Best of luck next year across the way at Texas. And now, with the conclusion of the boys lacrosse, I turn it over to my counterpart on the girls' side, head coach Ella Thorpe.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to thank you for joining us here as we get ready to honor our girls lacrosse seniors. So we'll start with Lily. Lily always brought a smile and lighthearted energy to practice every day. She did everything to learn and be there for her teammates. Lily's nature and genuine caring mindset is something you can't coach. And though she didn't pick Syracuse, I still wish her the best of luck. Next, we have Sid. We wish we had more time with Sid as it was her first season with us because she had great potential. She had a great vision on the attack end. In one of her last games, she exemplified this by having a few assists. We wish her the best of luck and we are glad she came out this season. Next, we are recognizing Hazel. Hazel showed up to practice every day, ready to give 110%. She was always eager to learn and was not afraid to step aside and ask questions. Hazel's work ethic was unmatched, and we wished her the best. Georgia never ceased to amaze the coaches with the questions she would ask, and that is why we all really enjoyed being around her. She's not afraid to speak her mind, and though she may be small, she is for sure mighty. Good luck, Georgia. Kyla, if you walked into one of our practices, you would never guess it was Kyla's first year back on the field, not just by her athletic ability, but the leadership skills and how right from the start, she was ready to take on the captain role. She asked questions on what she could do not only to improve herself, but for her team. She is a stellar teammate and was a pleasure to coach. And then last, we have one of our veteran defenders, Paige. Paige always brought the energy and good vibes on and off the field. Her humor made practice more enjoyable. We will miss her, especially on the defensive end, as she really knows how to lay the lumber. And now I would like to introduce to you Mother Whitney, the head golf coach.
Hi, Clifford Dunn is our star senior this year, and he was a model of commitment to a sport that you love. He played freshman year, took a break sophomore year, came back junior and senior year. He worked hard in the off season and outside of practice and was always ready with a quick joke and a determination to play his best. He worked hard and played hard, and we will miss him next year. And now I'd like to introduce Jody Philpott, head coach for softball.
Oh, here's a little sign. I appreciate everybody being here and dressing up. Y'all look fabulous. I really enjoyed having being back out on the softball field for the first time in several years. And these three seniors that I'm about to honor they just really made it very easy for me. First one is Anna Jackson. And the first day of practice, Anna came out and demonstrated her leadership that was just invaluable throughout the season. And in the leadoff position, we always could count on Anna getting on base with her speed. And something like that is going to be invaluable if she wants to continue playing at the next level. Our next senior is Jordan Kapler. Jordan was such a joy to coach. She's somebody that led by example. She wasn't necessarily the most vocal out there, but she always did what she was supposed to do. And she wasn't afraid to work hard, to get better. And Jordan, you're definitely going to be missed next year. And then my final senior, last but not least, is Daniela Youngberg. Daniela, she's a truly a selfless competitor and leader. Coming into the senior, I knew she was our only starting pitcher from the previous year. However, after getting to know her, I learned that pitching wasn't even something she enjoyed doing. She just did it because the team needed her to do that. And that actually, I think every coach can agree that they love having athletes that truly do what's best for the full team. But after learning that Daniela really preferred being in the outfield, got to put her out there some, but with the season being cut short, didn't get to see a lot of it. But if Daniela continues and wants to play in college level, she definitely can, and the coaches will love her leadership and her dedication. And you will definitely be missed, and your ability to make everybody smile will be something that takes you far in life. So thank you, seniors. And up next for the head tennis coach is Coach Hansen.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Thank y'all for being here. I hope you can hear me okay. First up of my seniors is Kai. Kai saw the court just so well. His eye for the game and the way he helped his teammates through their matches was great. The team wouldn't have been the same without Kai. Next is Harrison. Harrison brought a level of tennis to this team that was truly unbelievable. In our short season and time together, his teammates looked up to him. He displayed great leadership and overall was such an asset to our team. Then we have Ava. Ava brought the fun. She made the team mesh together. From day one, I could tell that that was going to be her role. She brought the girls team and the guys team together and just made the whole team aspect really shape nicely. I truly enjoyed getting to know Ava during our short season together. Then we come to Pierce. Pierce has such a great attitude. There wasn't a day on the court that he wasn't yes, ma'am, and working hard. He was a great player that I could always count on. His self-accountability will get him just so far, and he was a pleasure to have. Then we get to Eli. Eli was such a hard worker. From day one, he put his head down and worked, always being flexible with the idea of different partnerships, lineups, and anything he needed to do with his team. Thank you, Eli. And then we end with Nick. Nicholas brought the intensity and fire to the court. He is a fighter, he's an extremely hard worker, and he had just such love for the game. I love getting to know all of you guys, even though we had such a short season together, and I wish you the best. Next up, I want to introduce Coach Gilbert with track and field.
Hello. It's my pleasure to introduce my senior. I will miss them daily. Started with Chelan. Chelan's success on track and runway is due to his determination to improve, hard work, and a relentless drive to be better. He is hard on himself. But then again, the best athletes in the world always are. His leadership as a captain is well deserved and respected. Squeaky Vantigo, optimize what a team captain should be. He's the first person to arrive, the first to help without asking, and the last to leave. We love his commitment to the team, and although the season was cut short, we knew it has its season to shine and break some school record. Max has endured the lows and the highs of sports. And through it all, he remained a true champion by supporting his teammates and attending every practice and meet, even when he couldn't participate. Max is a hard worker and talented athlete. India, we have enjoyed having India in our team. India is a hard worker who brings a positive attitude to every practice and the meets. Georgia, she is versatile athletes who can do any event, including hurdles, sprints, and distance. She brings energy, and infectious positive attitude that all coaches love. Next. Michael Ross. Michael Ross has proven himself to be an all-around superstar who can do any sports and who handles pressure with grace. He has earned the trust of the coaches by his action of the years. We have no doubts that Michael will accomplish all the goals he sets forth. Patrick Wilson brings energy and a larger dose of humor that we have all come to love. He has found a way to lead a sprint group that is encouraging and light-hearted while inspiring the next generation through selfless action. We wish Patrick a quick recovery and a good luck in college. Now we turn to our Jeff McCurry.
Thank you, Coach. Again, I want to reiterate our thanks and appreciation for each of our seniors. You all be receiving these awards, hopefully as part of your graduation ceremonies later this month. And finally, I want to turn the program over to Coach Benjamin for a slideshow that she put together.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. Find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Tossing and you're turning and you just can't fall asleep, I'll sing a song beside you. And if you ever forget how much you really mean to me, every day I will remind you. Oh, find out what we're made of when we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, and you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah.
Seniors, thank you so much. Thank you so much to our coaches and our athletic department, to Dr. Stevenson and Mr. Murphy, and as most of all of the athletes who have participated this spring and winter and fall this year. Let us bless the Lord. Thanks be to God. All right, team, good talk. Make good choices. Jesus loves you. See you out there. Go Highlanders.